Well, hi, Shelley. Hey, it's great to see you again. Welcome to the InSync show. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Hey, Corey, I'm glad to be back. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
My name's Shelley Gutta, born and raised in West Virginia all my life. Got my first taste of hospitality when I was like 19 years old at WVU. I worked as a front desk clerk in a boutique hotel while I was getting my degree in political science and history. And then things just came full circle, and I ended up with a career in hospitality going on like 25 years now.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. I appreciate you setting aside some time today to talk about eccentric outdoor team building activities. So could you tell us a little bit about what that is, by the way?
Well, eccentric outdoor team building activities is not just taking your average team building activity that you would do indoors and moving it outdoors and being like, ta-da, outdoor activity. It's elevated well beyond that. It's inspiring your people to come out of their shells and developing better communication and increasing productivity and letting people show their true selves by doing outdoor activities such as maybe sporting clays or kayaking or fling golf and activities such as that. So it doesn't have to be really labor intensive, really physical.
Sure.
You can do something as simple as, a culinary experience outdoors.
Gotcha. So it's more about the uniqueness and purposely created events for the outdoors and not just necessarily revising existing traditional team building events and bringing them outside. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So, how have you seen those types of events impacted groups that you've hosted?
I've watched. Well, let me start by saying that what I see in groups that don't host team building activities, I mean, it blows my mind that the investment is made for training and maybe advancing your career. You can get online and take a few courses, develop yourself professionally and personally. I mean, shoot, we even do fire drills because we want to be ready and prepared and develop a muscle memory to respond and be ready for a situation. However, organizations don't tend to make that investment in their people to enhance what they do every day, like their inner office communications, finding out what unique things people can do that they don't do at work, getting them out of their shell, just things like that increase productivity. I mean, you just need to make that investment, like in your team and the things that you do every day.
Very well put. Now, and I'm assuming a lot of it, obviously, we're coming back to a situation where we're hosting more events. People are coming. We're thankfully coming out of some very difficult, it's been, my gosh, two and a half years or so. But be able to provide some activities that are different, that maybe a particular company had an annual team build or a meeting or event and hosted the typical events, been able to provide something that's completely different and outside the box. Do you see a level of excitement like, oh, wow, we've never done this before. This is something totally new and exciting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the first group that comes to mind is a group that we had not that long ago, and we did like a corporate Olympics. And we took just activities that we had around the resort and had a list where the group could customize their own corporate Olympics. So you could pick and choose separate or maybe a group of 4 or 5 activities that you'd like to do, and make your own Olympics. Like we had skeet shooting, archery, kayak races, Irish road bowling. So you could pick those 4 things and then divide into teams and then compete as a team, and then, come back together at the end and celebrate your successes and the excitement of all those things that you did, that afternoon. So totally, and it's unique every single time because you've picked your own.
Right. And who doesn't like a little bit of friendly competition, right?
Oh, I think most of us do.
Very well put. Yes. Thank you. That sounds really that sounds really exciting. That'd be right up my alley, indeed, for sure. Especially the races, the kayak races. That just sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Or eccentric outdoor team building activity would be sporting clays. I mean, it's a lot like golf. Where you would have like maybe a 16-hole stand course. I mean, you would use ATVs going from hole to hole, and each hole is different. Yeah, and
now
then
you're speaking my language.
Yeah, and it's really great. I mean, the remotes. So if you're a beginner, they do a really good job of explaining the equipment and the safety gear, and I mean, how to shoot and where the target's going to fall and where to pull the trigger. I mean, the gentlemen that work in this industry, and ladies as well, I mean, really know how to suck you into that lifestyle, because once you've gone out there and you've been shooting on this course, and you're in the woods and you're on ATVs and doing something that's truly unique. I mean, you leave there thinking, this is something that I'm going to do like every day for the rest of my life, or you're going to try to get in there and do it as much as you can. They do a really good job of making you want to be a part of that sport. And it's a great team building activity because you can do it with golf. Like, it's something that you can do by yourself, or you can do it with, a group of 100.
Wow. That sounds awesome. How about a small takeaway or a Shelley Gutta secret sauce that you might be able to share with us?
Oh, I think for right now, I mean, there seems to be a shift. Everywhere you look, things are shifting, things are changing. And I feel like, if you're not happy, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, if you're not feeling inspired, I mean, there's no better time than the present to step out and take a chance and find that passion, find what inspires you, and do it. Things are changing.
I love it. Yeah, I think we touched on a quick stat I shared with you earlier. What is it? 70% of people in the workforce are not happy professionally doing their job, and I knew it was pretty high, but that was just that blew me away. It was incredible, and I could not agree with you. It is. That's
a lot. Yeah, we spend so much time, at work and preparing for work, and more time than we usually do with even our own families. You need to be happy. Have to be.
Absolutely. Could not
Don't settle for less. No.
Yeah.
You got one life. Live it.
Indeed. And I get the impression that you and I are both in the same category, and we love doing what we're doing. So we're very fortunate to be in that position.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Couldn't agree more. I mean, I work at a beautiful resort with wonderful people. So I'm happy. I drive into work every day, and I pass a little bit of the golf course and some tennis courts, and I arrive at this beautiful resort, and I look out of a window, and I know I'm lucky. So.
That's fantastic. And on me, I get to talk with amazing people in the hospitality spaces, such as yourself. And hey, this has been wonderful. Great conversation. I always enjoy speaking with you, and looking forward to having you on the next show.
All right, great, Corey. I look forward to it as well. Thanks so much.